Hope you're doing well. So, one thing I noticed, I always say hello friends and then I take a sip. So right there it felt weird that I didn't. So I had to do that. I hope you're doing well. Got a lot to talk about today. Today I want to just kind of talk about where I'm at. So we got 31 days left in the year, one month left. So I kind of want to just chat about where my head's at, what I'm trying to accomplish with the rest of the year, and what I want to do, So let's get right into it. Question of the day: is there something you wanted to do in 2020 that, even if it seems ridiculous, but is possible to do, at least to a degree, to push the needle on? Is there something in your life like that? Something that you said, in 2020, I'm gonna X, and 2020 happened. We all know it's been a show of a year, right? But what is that thing? Is there something there that you said in January you were gonna do that you have not yet done? Maybe you made some progress and then ditched it. Maybe you've been slowly making progress. Is there something you can do about that thing? Maybe you weigh 200 pounds, you wanted to get down to 180, and quarantine weight, now you're up to 210, 215. Like, can we get started on that process? Why are we waiting till January 1st? Tomorrow's December 1st. Let's get going. Yeah? Can we agree to that? We're gonna make our lives better. That's what 2021 is all about. 2020 sucked, and we're gonna make up for it. 2021 is the Empire Strikes Back, and we are the Empire, because the Empire was way cooler than the Rebels. Fight me about it. I'll fight anybody. The Empire was way cooler. Anyway. So, excuse me. So, looking over my goals for 2020. Here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to walk 3 million steps. I wanted to ride bikes for 1,000 miles. I wanted to read 50 books. I had 3 separate hockey goals. I wanted to get my investment accounts up over $10,000. I don't really like talking money, but that's where we're at. Watch 365 films. Take my dog Bear on 50 adventures, aka to the park. Pick up 5,000 pieces of litter. Pay off my credit card debt, or at least get it change that one to under $10,000. And create and distribute 500 pieces of video content. So here's where we are on November 30th. So walk 3 million steps. I have completed 2,585. It's really small on my phone, sorry. 187 steps, not including today's, which is another 9,000. So I have, in the month of December, let's just say that, I've got 415,000 to go, basically, which is about 13.5 thousand steps a day. So it's a whole, but I think I can do that one. Okay. Next goal was ride bike for 1,000 miles. This one's out. I've only done 239, which means 700. What is that? 61 to go. That's 24 miles a day. So that one ain't happening. But I might make some progress on it because it's coming back next year. I already know that. That's on my list. Read 50 books. I have read 34, which is great. 2 years ago, the goal was 12. Last year it was 24. 34. These are, we're swinging way above my weight. That means 16 books left. That's like one every other day. And there's a couple that I know I can read in a day. So I might make some jams. I got a couple of H.P. Lovecraft books, and they're like an hour, 2 hours to read. So I might just take one day and just knock out 5. Just really go for it. I think I can do that goal too. Complete 3 hockey goals. So the 3 hockey goals were to get on the ice 75 times, have 6,000 minutes or 100 hours of off-ice practice, and to take 50,000 shots. Obviously, couldn't get on the ice. Only got on the ice 23 times. But this is the first that'll compensate for not getting on the ice, but I'm still down. I've got, let's see, 48-15 hockey minutes and 41,200 shots. So I'm off pace even on those 2 goals, but there's a lot, we got a whole month left, so I might be able to pull that one into a win. I'm at about 2/3 of the way done, and maybe I can sneak on the ice once or twice to really help things out. Go do some public skates, because the rinks are still open right now, and there are some daytime hours that maybe I can go early, skate for like 15-20 minutes. I'm not trying to skate for a long time. Keep my risk factor low, because I do not want to get sick. Investment accounts to over 10,000. Boom, that one is accomplished. Knocked that one out of the park. I'm up at 12,000, in part because the markets took a dump in March, and I was able to buy a lot of stuff for cheap, and a lot of it has come back. So that's just kind of fortunate timing. There's no other way I would have been able to do that. So that's why it's called dollar cost averaging. You just always put money into the market. It works out for you. With 365 films, I've watched 240, which means I have to watch 125 or 4 a day. Taller, but I only have like 5 or 6 days of work, and not all of them are full days. So it's possible. I think I can do it, especially if you add some short films in there. Which at this point, I don't even care at this point. I'm just, if it's a film, it's good. As long as I'm not counting like a sketch. That's not a film. Like, it has to be a film. Maybe I'll say like it had to go to a film festival. That's good enough for me. Take Bear on 50 Adventures. Crush that one. We've actually got on 51. And if the weather keeps being nice like it has been, he might get 52. Because he's a good boy, he deserves it. Pick up 5,000 pieces of litter. Now, I will admit, this was kind of an arbitrary number, and I didn't know how this one was going to go. But I'm at 2,258. That's huge. 2,000 pieces of litter. Like, whoa. So, again, if it keeps being nice, I might go do like one more good, trash all day. Try to get to 2,500. And I'd be pretty stoked about that. Pay off credit card debt. This one did not happen because I needed to finance the first couple months this year on credit, with the surgery, being out of work, and then Corona hitting like right after that. So, my credit did bump way back up, but I have gotten it. I have made progress. So I got that going for me at least. It's not as high as it was when the year started. So there's some good, there. And also I probably could liquidate some of my stock market wins and throw that right at the credit, but that doesn't seem as fun, And I think right now I'm making more money than the interest, so mathematically it makes sense to keep the money in the market. I digress. Last one, create and distribute 500 pieces of video content, which that was meant to be YouTube and some other things that I was working on. I was thinking about, maybe making a course for Skillshare or like selling something on Gumroad, and those would be videos that would count to that score, but I never got around to that stuff because I don't really have an audience. Speaking of, I've been posting on Twitter, on the Tingle Twitter account, again, a little bit, not a lot, but if you're on Twitter, come find me. Let's be Twitter friends. I try to tweet once a day, but it does not always happen, and it might go away in a week. Who knows? So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm at a 64% completion. I think last year I had 78, and the goal this year that I'm making as of December is to get to 80%. So there's a lot of ways that can happen. That could play out in a ton of different ways. Anyway, hold on one second. Doing a little texty text. Anyway, sorry. Good texts, Just, anyway, sorry. So, that's 15%. I think I can do it. That's 0.5% a day. Maybe a couple days of like big, solid knockout punches to the goals. If I could get 30,000 steps one day, that'll really put a kick in the teeth of that step goal. 270. I haven't updated that in a couple days on the video count. But I think if I do this channel, if I get my white noise channel, and if I do some movie reviews, I might be able to get to 365, which would be pretty cool. That's a video a day. That's like, wow, that's amazing. And I'd be super pumped because I didn't come anywhere close to that last year. I don't know what I did last year, but it definitely wasn't. It probably wasn't even over 200. So I'm pretty stoked about my progress. And that's the point of a lot of these goals. They're supposed to be like crazy hard, and then if I complete them, it's like, yeah, you know, you get so fired up. And then sometimes you do it and you're just like, I did that, like, holy crap, look at me. You know, there's an Aquabat song called Look at Me, I'm a Winner, and that's how I feel whenever I cross one of those off. Last year I was able to cross off 4 goals, so I need to cross off 4 goals again this year. So I don't know. Steps seems like it's a very likely one. Movies, potential. It's got good potential. Books also got potential. If I just hammer it with audiobooks and with reading a couple short ones to pile drive it through just a little bit. So then if I got 3, then I could have 5 goals. So maybe I should just focus on those 3 and just hit them hard, you know, and then obviously make a little bit of progress on the litter and the bike, because those are things I can, you know, affect some change there, and, you know, pay off debt, obviously, I guess. But right now my goal is to just keep putting money into the market, because I've been doing pretty good, but the market has also been doing pretty good, so I'm gonna ride that wave if I can. That's the goal there. So anyway, sorry, more textual messages. Do you guys hear my thumbs? Do you like it? Okay, hey, good things. Anyway, so that's what I got going on this next month. Got a couple days of work. I really want to work on this YouTube channel. I'm thinking of some ways I can extend my reach a little bit. Kind of help grow it, you know, more than just doing the daily videos. And speaking of, we're going to keep doing as much as possible. We're going to try to get daily videos through December. I did it in November. I had 2 days I was late where I missed it past midnight, but I still uploaded within, I don't know, within a 30-hour window, you know, of the day. So, I'm pretty proud that all 30 days, I made 30 videos in basically 30 days. Well, I mean, I did probably more than that, actually, because I doubled up a couple days, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked about that. And I really like doing these. It seems like at least a small core of people like watching them, so I'm happy about that. The percentage of subscribers watching, so I believe it's the same people. I mean, maybe not. I know it's the same people commenting every time, and so I love and appreciate the hell out of you people that comment, because that makes me, sometimes it's weird when you just look and you see the number go up, but like you don't get any feedback, you don't get any response. It's like you're talking to a void, and you're like, is anyone seeing this? Are they under here? They're hearing me? Are they listening and then clicking off? Well, I know from the stats that's not happening. People watch some part of it, you know. Oh, but is it just like they fell asleep and it's just auto playing, you know? So I love, like, if you cannot support a creator financially, which a lot of them don't even give you an option to support them financially. You know, they don't have any kind of donation thing. Because I have a donation thing if you want to help me with my credit card debt, my surgery debt. You don't have to. I appreciate you just watching. But like, if you can't financially support them, you don't have the means. They don't have a way to do it, or like they're selling dumb merch that you would never wear. So why would you buy it, right? To leave a comment, hit the like button, leave a comment like that. Oh, for the mental aspect of it, helps so much. So, and I think it also helps with the algorithms, probably. Hey, I don't know. So help me out, leave a comment. So whatever, just type whatever. Just be like, hey, I watched. Here's your comment. So that is 2020, and I've been looking at 2021 goals. I've been thinking about a lot. doing, we're looking at cluster goals for everything this year. Trying something new, because the hockey cluster goals, I thought that was pretty slick, and so I'm gonna make that my thing. So I've got 18 goals. I'm gonna pare this down. I think I'm gonna get down to 10 goals or 12 goals, maybe. Although with the clusters, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 6 clusters, and I do like 6, because 6, that's 2 a month, or that's 2 months for each cluster. You can kind of focus in different segments. So, and maybe if I did 3 per month, which actually that's how I have it. I have 3. Yeah, 6, 18. So if I can focus, on one goal in each quadrant every month, and then rotate to the next one, man, that could be a cool way to do it. I don't know. So here's what we got. Bike miles. This has been my white whale for a long time. 1,000 miles on the bike. My dad rides bikes like crazy, and he's like 60 something, and he rides to work, and he lives on the other side of town, and Omaha's not that small. Omaha, surface area wise, is actually bigger than almost every like metropolitan area. It's very spread out. So he goes like, 15 miles there, 15 miles back. So it's 30 miles a day, and it's just like whatever. Doesn't, and that's most days I'll ride his bike. He's crazy. He's a fanatic. Steps. Doing the step goal again. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it at 3 million, because I think I'm going to hit it, or if I want to step it up to 4 million, because even with surgeries, I might hit it. I'm going to hit it. Try me. And then the third one is activity points. I'm thinking going for 500,000 activity points by the watch. And that's strategic. I need steps and I need activity points, because that way I can't game it, like the goal is to improve my health overall through activity. And if it's just activity points, I know I'll cheat some days and just like put it in activity mode, which just gives you more points, because it's calculating your heart more often. And so it's not totally cheating, because it's an accurate representation according to the watch of your calorie burn. It's more accurate because it's just tracking your heart and some other things more than when it's just kind of in standby mode or whatever, like the default mode is. But the steps will keep me honest. I have both those goals. And then bike miles is just the challenge, the white whale. So those are my health goals. And then I have one that I'm just calling knowledge, which is books, films, and then I have one that's teach/reflect and copy. So what we got there is we got books, films, teaching, reflecting, and copying. So essentially I want to, again, read more books. I don't think I'm going above 50. I think I'm actually going to pare it down to 36 books. But I want to make a video about what I take away from the book. The downside of that would mean they'd all have to be non-fiction books, and I do want to read more fiction. So I'm still toying with that goal a little bit. Same with movies, with films. The goal of films was always... Someone's car alarm was going off for a second. Anyway, with films was to always be a better filmmaker by watching films. And it's like doing the 365. I'm going to have to watch, if I want to accomplish that goal, that's 120 movies next month alone. And it's like, at a certain point, they blend together. You can't really reflect on them. So I think I'm going to only watch 100 movies, but I'm going to watch, like, AAA movies. Like, we're going to the IMDb top list. We're going to the AFI top list. We're gonna compile a list of, like bangers, 100 bangers. And then I want to make some piece of content from each one. And that might be trying to recreate a scene. That might be trying to recreate something in the style of. That might be like a movie review. I'm not totally sure. I'm still toying with it. And if 100 is the right number, or if it should be 150, 200, or it might be 120, because that's 10 a month. I don't know. The jury's still out. 100 pieces of content is still a lot. Let's do a week. That's a lot. But then that'll also free me up again. I haven't really been watching The Mandalorian. there's so many TV shows I'm missing out on because I'm so hyper focused on movies. So I feel like if you do the movie goal, the 365, you gotta take a year off. You know, the book I'm reading right now, they say stress plus rest equals growth. And I'm just kind of burning the movie, watching the movie candle. Like, that's way too, I've stressed that. So we need the rest and we need the growth. Okay. Then the next one is creative output. And I've got guitar on there, which I don't really know what that's going to be. I do want to get back into playing guitar. And I think that might just be hours of guitar practice, which I know isn't really creative output so much as like, because the point of creative output is just to be more about making. And so I think with that one, it's maybe less about making and more about like turning my brain off a little bit. So maybe it belongs in a different category, but you know, just to have something that's like a little offshoot and maybe it could be a new skill that could potentially be something. Creating YouTube videos, I think I'm gonna keep that at 500 again. That seems like I might be in 365 this year, so there's that. And then personal shoots. I just want to be making more things. I have a couple passion ideas I've talked to you about, and just going out on walks, you know, and doing photo walks again, which I haven't done those in a long time, and just making more work in general. And so actually to that end, I might change. Well, one year I had a number of finished pictures, but then I was just taking a lot more pictures, which was good. But then I was also keeping a lot more pictures that maybe I could have deleted a lot of them just to get the numbers up. So you gotta be careful when you're setting your goals because you can definitely end up gaming them. And then that's not really benefiting you. So you really gotta think about why you're doing a thing and how you can like anti-game it to a degree, but still keep on that sort of smart criteria with specific measurable goals, you know. Then we're talking about ventures. That's Bear's word for it. We're taking to the park again. 50 feels like a really good number. I'm gonna go on bike rides outside, so that's a new one. I want to, I don't know how many, I'm thinking 24 bike rides outside, taking the bike outside for 24, and like the length, not super important. Maybe over 2 miles, has to be over 2 miles, because I could just ride my bike down to the gas station, which is like a half mile down the road, you know, and that's like not really that cool. But like if it's 2 miles, that means I have to actually get going somewhere. Maybe I'll say 5 miles. It has to be at least 5 miles. That's a good. Anything less than 5 miles isn't really a bike ride, right? Because I could do 5 miles in 20 minutes. And then also what I'm calling networking events. And that's not necessarily like a networking, like a group meetup or anything like that. I think it's just like calling people on the phone, doing Instagram DMs to people you know, and just kind of chatting and just getting better acquainted with people. Then we got finance, which obviously money in the stocks, pay off debt, and then I don't know what the other one would be. There's a blank there, so if you have an idea for a finance goal, I'm not totally sure what that would look like. I think it might be partly like decluttering, which I know really isn't finance, but I guess is related to finance because carrying stuff is expensive. You know, like I have a lot of stuff. I need a big apartment for that. You know, I could have a smaller apartment. I could downsize if I decluttered some. So that might be something I could add on there. And then finally, we got acts of service, which I'm not too wild about this one. Not because I don't believe in acts of service. I just feel like this one is going to get gamed hard. And I don't like that because the whole point of it is to be altruistic. And if you're just like gaming it for your own selfish purposes. So these 3 might get axed. And then if I axe those 3, then I axe 15, which is nothing. Then that puts me at 14 goals. I could axe 2 or 4 more, and then I'm up at, back to 12 or 10, which I wouldn't mind terribly. So for those goals, we have comments and DMs, like a number of comments, like leaving nice comments on specifically local people, which is, again, self-serving. But to build that network up, picking up litter again, which I think is a great goal. I'm gonna do that regardless of if this section gets axed or not. And then time for portfolio shoots, which are just shoots you do for free to help somebody out. You know, their model, they're trying to increase their, whatever. Yeah, Sorry, texts again. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I was thinking I had these are some other offshoots where I was talking 1,000 bike miles, 4 million steps, 500 active calories, 24 self-development books and 24 fiction books, and then 24 pieces of content from the self-development books, 100 hours of guitar, some amount of personal shoots, maybe writing short film scripts, 500 YouTube videos, get the stocks over 15,000, which, I'm at 12 now, so that's really wouldn't be that hard of a goal. Let's see, 100 nice cold DMs to friends and family and other people, 5,000 shoots. I do have new restaurants on here, which could be something. Writing short stories on Twitter, which is something like microfiction, which is something I've been really interested in because microfiction becomes microfilms, and I like the idea of making microfilms, just real short, minute-long films. I'm really intrigued by that idea, and just making a lot of them, because I think if you made a lot of really short films, they wouldn't cost much, obviously, but then if you could build a following on YouTube, and then those videos wouldn't have to get a lot of views, and you could be profitable just making a 1-minute film every week. If they were getting 10 or 20,000 views, obviously you'd still be commanding $5 an hour from it, but hey, it'd be some level of income, which is pretty neat. So there's that. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at with goals. I'm pretty set on those things. I don't know what else I might add. Open to suggestions, of course. Some things, if you see any blind spots. I know one goal I had a couple years back was to take my girlfriend on so many dates. And I think that might be something, because now I've been playing all these goals without, we were broken up, and now we've kind of patched things up. So, it's if I can include her in this, that would be great, because I think one thing I love about my girlfriend, and I think one thing she loves about me is that I motivate her. Some of you have commented on that, so I must just radiate motivation, I guess. So, thank you. I just get hyped on productivity, I guess. That's my thing. It's my drug. But so, helping her get to become a better person and seeing that growth in people, it's great to see, with your girlfriend, it's there. You can observe it day by day. And, I'm hoping I'm rubbing off on you folks a little bit. You're seeing some growth, you're seeing some positivity, you're seeing some good changes in your life. And I really hope I could be that catalyst, and that, that's really what I want, is just to be helping people out and motivating them and getting them where they need to be, and I think that exists for everybody, and I think it's out there, because so many people want so many different things that it works together. There's this competition, yes, but if you can step off the idea that you have to be the absolute best at something and realize that a lot of people can make a very comfortable living doing what they absolutely love to do without being number one, and you can disconnect and detach from this I have to be the best mentality, make stuff. I don't want to deal with clients. Right now I'm dealing with a client. It was just like, this is like he's rescheduled on me like 3 times. And it's like, got the 2 clients now that are rescheduled, because coronavirus. And it's like, well, what can you do? But like, I don't like the logistical end of production. I want to just be on a crew, and I want to go do my tight role. I want to light things. I want to make things look nice with light. That's what I want to do. Like, let me do that. That's what I'm best at. I can do camera stuff. I know how the camera works. I have the technical brain for it. And I can be artistic enough. I'm not the best shooter. I'm a pretty good shooter. And I'm pretty good with photography. And so, improving that is something I would like to improve those skills in production, even though I hate it, and just force myself to grow a little bit. And I think, taking that weakness up a level or 2 would improve my output, because there are times where I'm forced to produce and do the technical aspect and do the execution, and it's like, you can't execute well if you don't pre-produce, See, to that end, it's like, I need to take lessons somehow, figure that out a little better, and that's where, like, doing TFP shoots comes in, I want people out doing some stuff for free, and just learning the process, and figuring it out, and figuring out my process to get reliable results, and then that's how you get the money. So, anyway, that's what I'm thinking about goal-wise. I got some more videos we're going to talk about this year. Still, this next month coming up on how to plan goals, on types of goals. Because I really, if I can get, some of you to set some goals and make some progress at them, and we could do it together over the next year, that would make me so happy. So, you're probably asleep by now, so a bit longer one, because I could ramble about goals all day. But if you're not, well, thanks for staying up and listening to me ramble about stuff. So, appreciate the hell out of you. And I will see you tomorrow. Sleep tight.